Hello and welcome to Lesson 4, where we are going to be talking about opposites. All right, now I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with the word opposite. It's not a new word for you, but today we're going to look at how it applies on a number line and what its use is. If you recall, we did talk about this in the previous 3 lessons. I know at least in 1 and 3, probably 2 as well. But anyway, today's lesson is all about what the opposite of a number is. This is the first half of the notes, if you want to go ahead and start copying that. And this is the second half of the notes, if you want to start copying that. Okay, so yet again, we have a question that hopefully by the end we will be able to answer. And that question reads, what is an opposite on the number line? In order to answer that question, let's take a look at our task. When given a value on the number line, its opposite is the integer on the other side of 0 that is the same distance from 0. Now, I don't know if you remember from lesson 1 when we originally defined opposites, but it said that they are equidistant from 0 and on opposite sides. Okay, equidistant means that there is the same distance on both sides. So let's take a look. I think once you get this, it will not be too complicated for you, but it's just going to take a little bit of practice and looking at some examples. So the example we're looking at first is what is the opposite? What is the opposite of -5? Okay, so let's take a look at our number line. Down here, in the example, I did a vertical number line just to kind of offer a little bit of variety because I know we usually just see horizontal number lines. Hopefully you can see that far zoomed out. So if -5 is the place from where we are starting, that is down here. Okay, so let's read. -5 is 5 units away from 0 on the negative side. So let's take a look at both pieces of this. We have 5 units away from 0, and it's on the negative side. Okay, so if we remember our explanation of what an opposite is equidistant from 0. Okay, so here it shows that we are 5 units away from 0. So starting at 0, if we count up 5 units, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know that we go up because here we see our negative side, and we need to use the opposite of that because that was in our explanation, which is the positive side. So that's why we count 5 units up. So here is our opposite. And to double check that, let's take a look in our explanation. +5 is 5 units away. Okay, so the 5 units matches from 0 on the positive side of the number line. So here you see the 5 units matches, and the opposite of negative is positive, so those match together. For our final answer, that says -5 and 5 are opposites. It truly is that simple. So, to recap, let's take a look at our question and see if we can answer it. Slide back up. The question asks, what is an opposite on the number line? Do we know what that is? I hope the answer to that question is yes, and we will check on that tomorrow when I check these notes need to be completely filled out, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Goodbye.